You arrive in Texas, expecting big skies and legendary independence. The horizon stretches endlessly, and the spirit of freedom seems to ride on every gust of wind. It's a place where the myth of the Lone Star State feels alive, where opportunity and ambition are as vast as the land itself. Maybe you're here for Austin's music, drawn by the sound of guitars and the promise of unforgettable nights. Or perhaps it's San Antonio's rich history that calls to you, with its centuries-old missions and vibrant culture. Houston's relentless energy, its skyscrapers and innovation, might be what you seek. Each city pulses with its own rhythm, each corner promising a new adventure. But as you walk the streets, another story emerges, one written on the faces of people sitting on sidewalks and under bridges. Their presence is quiet but undeniable, a reminder that not everyone shares in the state's prosperity. These are the stories that don't make the postcards or the travel blogs. This is the unseen Texas, living in the shadows of prosperity. Here, the gleaming towers cast long shadows, and in those shadows, entire lives unfold, often unnoticed by those rushing past. It's a story of struggle and quiet resilience not found in any travel brochure. Every day people face challenges that test their spirit, yet they endure with a strength that goes uncelebrated. Here, prosperity and poverty exist side by side, often separated by a single pane of glass. Inside, laughter and comfort; outside, uncertainty and hope for a better tomorrow. The contrast is stark, and it's impossible to ignore once you've seen it. You might sip coffee in a trendy cafe, enjoying the cool air and the hum of conversation, while just outside, someone searches for shelter from the relentless sun. The Texas heat is unforgiving, and for those without a home, every day is a battle against the elements. He's not invisible, he's a Texan left behind by the very boom that draws others here. His story is one of dreams interrupted, of hard times that could happen to anyone. He stands as a living reminder that the promise of Texas is not yet fulfilled for all. The numbers, tens of thousands experiencing homelessness, only hint at the reality. Behind every statistic is a person, a family, a life disrupted. Shelters fill up quickly, and encampments grow in the shadows of prosperity. The truth is human, a woman with a shopping cart, her entire world packed into a few bags, moving through the city with quiet determination. She navigates the same streets as those in luxury cars, but her journey is far more uncertain. A young man sleeping on cardboard, his dreams interrupted by the noise of the city. He is someone's son, someone's friend, now facing nights that are long and cold, even in the Texas heat. Each has a name, a history, a dream deferred. Their faces tell stories of hope, loss, and the search for dignity. They are not just statistics, they are part of the fabric of Texas. To understand Texas today is to see both its shining promise and its hidden pain. The state's wealth and innovation are real, but so are its challenges. The divide between abundance and need is visible, sometimes only a street apart. Their story is now part of the Texas story, and one we can no longer ignore. To truly know this place, we must see every face, hear every story, and remember that the heart of Texas beats in all its people, those thriving and those still searching for a place to call home. Picture yourself on San Antonio's Riverwalk. Colorful umbrellas, laughter, boats gliding by. It's a scene of vibrant life and joy, where the air is filled with the sounds of chatter and the clinking of glasses. Tourists and locals alike enjoy the festive atmosphere, creating memories under the Texas sun. But just beyond the lights, a family huddles under a thin blanket. The contrast is stark, as the warmth of the day gives way to the chill of night, and the laughter fades into the quiet whispers of those seeking shelter. The city's joy is shadowed by silent struggle. Amidst the bustling nightlife, there are stories untold, lives lived in the margins, where the glow of neon lights barely reaches. In Austin, music spills from every doorway, creating a symphony of sounds that define the city. Yet as you walk, you step around people on the pavement, hands outstretched for help, their eyes telling stories of hardship and resilience. Tents cluster under overpasses, just steps from luxury apartments. It's a juxtaposition that speaks volumes about the divide between prosperity and poverty, where the American dream seems just out of reach for many. In Dallas, a man arranges his belongings on a park bench near world-class museums. The skyline looms above, a testament to progress, yet his presence is a reminder of those left behind in the race for success. In Houston, people sleep near the medical center, unable to afford basic care. The irony is palpable, as the promise of healing and health is overshadowed by the reality of those who cannot access it. For travelers, these encounters challenge the postcard image of Texas. The Lone Star State, known for its vast landscapes and vibrant cities, reveals a more complex narrative that demands attention. This crisis isn't hidden, it's in the heart of every city. It's a visible reminder that beneath the surface of prosperity, there are pressing social issues that need addressing. The people you see aren't just a backdrop, they're part of the city's story. Their lives intersect with the daily hustle and bustle, adding layers to the urban tapestry. Their presence asks us to look deeper, to question why this is happening in a land of opportunity. It challenges us to consider our role in the broader societal picture and what we can do to make a difference. Seeing this reality can transform a trip into a lesson in empathy. It encourages travelers to engage, to listen, and perhaps to act, turning a simple visit into a meaningful journey of understanding and compassion. For most, the day starts with an alarm in a safe room. For someone homeless in Texas, it starts with the rumble of a garbage truck or the sun beating down on concrete. There's no snooze button, survival is the only alarm. The first thought, where to find a bathroom, water, or safety. Finding food is a daily struggle, waiting in soup kitchen lines, searching trash cans. The Texas heat is a dangerous enemy, with no escape from the sun. Public spaces offer brief refuge, but safety is never guaranteed. Sleep is restless, done in shifts, always alert to danger. Shelters are crowded and beds are few. Many return to the streets seeking invisibility. They're not there by choice, but by necessity. This is the daily cycle, grueling, lonely, and relentless. Under the vast Texas sky, survival is a full-time job. Why are so many in Texas without a home? It's not one reason, but a storm of problems. Job loss is a major factor. One lost paycheck can start the slide. Savings run out, rent falls behind, and eviction looms. Without a safety net, people pack their lives into bags with nowhere to go. This isn't just low-wage workers. It's veterans, people with sudden illness, or those buried in medical debt. A car accident or mental health crisis can push anyone over the edge. Support systems are overwhelmed and underfunded. The lack of affordable housing makes everything worse. At its core, homelessness is a story of economic fragility. Many are just a paycheck or two away from the same fate. The people on the streets are our neighbors, struggling to find their way back. For generations, people came to Texas chasing a better life. But for many, that dream is slipping away as rent skyrockets in cities like Austin, Dallas, and Houston. Demand for housing is high, but affordable options are scarce. Landlords raise rents, and families with modest incomes are squeezed. Minimum wage workers might need 2 jobs just to afford a 1-bedroom apartment. Wages aren't keeping up, and the gap between income and housing costs grows. A single unexpected expense can mean falling behind on rent. Once behind, it's nearly impossible to catch up. Late fees pile up, eviction looms. This housing crisis is a key driver of homelessness. People aren't homeless by choice, they're priced out of their own communities. Until we create more affordable housing, the crisis will only grow. A home should be a basic right, not a luxury. Texas's public spaces, parks, libraries, were meant for everyone. Now, they're also places of last resort for those with nowhere else to go. Tents appear in wooded corners, people sleep on benches meant for picnics. Libraries become daytime shelters, librarians connect people with resources. This transformation creates tension. Residents and business owners complain, city officials respond with bans on camping or sitting in public. These laws don't solve homelessness, they just push people elsewhere. Our landmarks now reflect our biggest failure as well as our community spirit. We can't hide this crisis, it's in the heart of our cities. The presence of homelessness in beloved spaces is a call to action. We must decide, do we hide our most vulnerable, or help them find a home? Our public spaces reveal who we are as a community. It's easy to see a homeless person as a statistic, just another number in a report or a face in the crowd. But behind every person living on the streets, there is a story waiting to be heard. A life filled with memories, challenges, and hope. The man on the corner might be a grandfather, a former carpenter, someone who once built homes for others and took pride in his craft. He may have watched his children grow up, shared laughter with friends, and faced hardships that slowly chipped away at his stability. The young woman with a backpack could be a college student fleeing abuse, writing poetry in a notebook to process her pain. She might have dreams of becoming a teacher, an artist, or simply finding a safe place to sleep at night. Her journey is one of courage and resilience. Every person experiencing homelessness has a unique history, dreams, and talents. They come from all walks of life: veterans, parents, teenagers, and people who once had steady jobs and loving families. When we reduce people to a label, we strip away their humanity. We overlook the complexity of their lives and the circumstances that led them here. But if we look closer, we see ourselves reflected in their struggles. Their hopes and fears are not so different from our own. The line between having a home and not is thinner than we think. A lost job, a medical emergency, or a family crisis can change everything in an instant. These are people who faced hardship and been let down by broken systems that often fail to provide the support and compassion needed to get back on their feet. Their dreams haven't disappeared, they're just on hold, waiting for a chance to be realized. Many still hope for a better future, for a place to call home, and for the dignity that comes with being seen and heard. They dream of safety, a job, a chance to feel normal again. They long for the simple things many of us take for granted: a warm meal, a friendly conversation, a sense of belonging. They want to be seen as people, not problems. They want to be acknowledged for who they are, not just for the challenges they face. Remembering their humanity is the first step toward real solutions. When we reach out with empathy and understanding, we open the door to change. We must see the person, not just the problem. Only then can we begin to build a community where everyone has a chance to thrive. The problem feels overwhelming, but hope is found in small acts of kindness. Across Texas, individuals and organizations refuse to give up on their neighbors. Shelters, soup kitchens, and outreach teams provide food, safety, and support. They help people find jobs, counseling, and housing. As a traveler or resident, you can help, donate, volunteer, or assemble care kits. Even a small gesture can make a huge difference. But the most powerful act is to see and acknowledge those on the street. Make eye contact, offer a smile, say hello. This simple recognition fights invisibility and despair. It reminds us we're all part of the same community. Hope begins when we stop seeing us and them, and start seeing only us. Compassion is contagious. It starts with one person. The homeless crisis is a scar on Texas's heart, a test of our values. This isn't a political issue, it's a human one. True greatness is measured by how we treat our most vulnerable. We must demand policies that protect tenants, build affordable housing, and fund mental health and addiction services. Veterans and families need real support, not empty promises. Change comes from leaders, but also from each of us. It starts with empathy, action, and refusing to look away. Whether you're a Texan or a visitor, you're a witness to this crisis. Being a witness means doing something. Educate, support, treat everyone with dignity. Let's make Texas known for its compassion, not just its size. The journey is long, but we must walk it together. Those living in the shadows are waiting for us to see them. It's time to help them find their way home.